Well, and we've got...
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Doncic out there with Hardaway. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. And for the Clippers, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Zubac in at the 5 spot. Now, here's Doncic. From deep three-point range, Morris with the rebound.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Marjanovic passes to Porzingis. 6 to shoot. Hardaway, no good. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up. Oh, jam!
You knew something good was coming, Kevin, right? Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
We played just over a minute here in the first. Outside, Porzingis. Pass to Marjanovic. Another shot. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Now, here's George. Outside Leonard. And finished off by Leonard.
I didn't think there was a pass available there for Paul George, but he spots that small crease, he fires the ball through it, and he gets it to his open man.
Beverley against Doncic. Outside, Porzingis shoots the 3. He can't get that one, so Los Angeles will take it the other way.
And so far, the team just 1 of 5, and that rim shrinking.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. And Beverley kicks to George. Now the pass to Leonard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Los Angeles leading by 6. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
And so here is Dallas after the Clippers pick up 2. Outside, Porzingis. From deep. They get the rebound. The dish now to Hardaway. Back to Porzingis. A second chance effort, and it's good on the layup.
Can't go in soft. You got to have intention when you go in there on the glass, and Porzingis wanted to beat everybody to the ball that time.
And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Leonard on the wing. He's got 6. Over to the wing. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. He feeds it to Batum. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Mavericks trail by 8. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Runs in the pass to Richardson. From outside, off the mark.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Morris against Brunson. Batum trying to break loose.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Batum. Baca comes in for Morris. Kennard, he's checked in for Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Paul George.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
Cousins, no good. Mavericks trail by 12. Here's Brunson, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers going into the break with a 10-point lead. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwback stuff.
Old school basketball, and it's fun.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
On the attack, right from the tip, they've been relentless offensively.
Well, just taking it right at the opposition and the other team right now. No answers and no way to slow them down.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Mavericks, we've got Jalen Brunson. He's out there with Richardson, and it's Powell in at the 5 down low. Dallas making a switch here. Marjanovic checked in for Powell. Porzingis comes in for Nicolo Melli. Hardaway's checked in for Richardson. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Now, here's Marjanovic. Back to Porzingis. Oh!
No doubt. Well, it's clear that Porzingis has some athleticism. That dunk right there, ferocious.
Now, here is George. D right on him. Passes to Zubac. Beverley feeling it out a bit. Shot clock at 6. Entered on the wing. It's rebounded by Doncic.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Now, here's Marjanovic. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. Porzingis inside. He's covered by Leonard.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Mavericks trail by 12. Here's Doncic. And the rejection by Zubac. Pass to Leonard. Down low. Back to Morris. To the wing right side. Zubac finds Leonard. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Fast break Dallas. Porzingis has got the ball. Pass to Finney-Smith. And he makes that one.
Pretty unselfish play there, right? Porzingis finding the open man, and he's more and more comfortable and more aware of everything going on around him.
Now, here is George. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Leonard inside. He's against Porzingis. Leonard, no luck. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are three names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Here's George. The Mavericks making the shot. Out to Morris. Back to George. To the wing on the left. Everly with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And then for Dallas. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Mike Powell comes in for Porzingis. And it's Nicolo Melli in for Luka Doncic. Now here's Richardson. Now here's Brunson.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Here's Kennard. That shot off. Good work defensively by Richardson. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Yeah, Cauley-Stein can get up there, and the guards know that, so available for an oop at any time.
Jackson with it. 9 feet out. There's the pass to Kennard. Here's Mann. Clippers moving the ball around. 5 on the clock. Here's Jackson. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. First trip to the line for him here.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
You wonder what the next step is, and for Willie Cauley-Stein, what he's done in the offseason to improve himself offensively. Maybe a few more things in the footwork category will help him out.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. From the get-go, it was the Clippers who came out strong. Their mission to dominate early. And that...
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, there is no stopping him, and you can't even contain him at this point. He is that talented.
Yeah, I don't know if you have enough game plans to slow him down. How do you guard a guy that good?
Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in at the 2 guard. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
When you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor, I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
And possesses such a refined feel for the game that Doncic knows he has what it takes to be a great player in this league.
George finds Leonard. Fires the 3. The shot, no good. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Hardaway for 3. Kept alive. Cauley-Stein. Count it. And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. It's on Kawhi Leonard. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. Los Angeles leading by 4. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. And George with this stuff.
Well, George in there just gliding through and makes a nice move on the drive.
Here's Doncic. He kicks to Cauley-Stein. Here's Hardaway. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got 4 rebounds in this game. And George, here we go. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Porzingis.
Paul George does a great job changing speeds right there, and that's a huge part of his athleticism. Takes it strong to the cup and just daring a defender to come at him.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Zubac. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Melly is checked in for the Mavericks. Josh Richardson comes in for Hardaway. Here's Porzingis. And a missed layup.
The third quarter has not started well. Just 1 of 4.
Kicks it out to Leonard from the arc. It's hauled in by Porzingis. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Trailing here by 8. And Doncic throws it down.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
And it's the Clippers with the ball, following the score by Dallas. Here's George, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this area at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
2 on the clock. Runs in the pass to Pop. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
Now, here's George. 10 points for him. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Lets it go with the 3. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Richardson finds Cauley Stein. And it's sent back by George. To the inside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And how about the confidence right now from Jackson? Not bashful at attacking and drawing attention from there.
Mavericks making a switch here. Marjanovic is checked in. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
1:35 left in the third. Back to Richardson. Dallas moving the ball around. Powell against Ibaka. Puts it up from 7. The shot by Powell, no good. Los Angeles leading by 10.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
1:05 left to play in the third. Here's Richardson. Lays it up off the glass.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Now Jackson. Passes it to Mann. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Batum comes in for Serge Ibaka. Kennard, he's checked in for George. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Now here's Richardson. Brunson the pass to Marjanovic. Brunson kicks to Marjanovic. Here's Powell. It's rebounded by Rondo.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Brunson against Kennard. And he's going up for the alley-oop. The Clippers again turning it over.
That's tough because that one's preventable. The defense has nothing to do at all with that turnover.
And here is Doncic. Gets it off. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
Resourceful move there, ending.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we'll be right back after this. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. On the floor for Dallas, they've got Marjanovic, Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Luka Doncic. And there's Porzingis, and it's Finney Smith in at the small forward.
Creative at finding ways to just cut inside there. Doncic, a guy you must keep your eyes on.
Now here's Beverly. Kicks to Morris. 5 to shoot. Now here's Kennard. He's covered closely. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
His touch from mid-range, and that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Tim Hardaway Jr., great momentum right to the rim.
Los Angeles leading by 4. Beverly with the ball. Pass to Rondo. Morris outside. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. A different look for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. And George is subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Then for the Mavericks, Cauley Stein comes in for Marjanovic. And it's Richardson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Dallas again missing. The Clippers shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
There's something about Beverly. He seems to be one of the point guards who enjoys the physical contact out there, always looking for something.
That one misses.
Not a perfect trip to the line, but at least he made this game a 2-possession affair.
And it's Zubac atop the key. Leonard attacking, and then Leonard with the dunk.
Yeah, you could be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard. He just stays with it and is unshaken.
Here's Richardson. Outside Hardaway. Out to the right wing. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Cauley Stein.
That's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Here's George, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
That straight line drive there from Paul George. You love to see him get in that attack mode. Let's see if he can cash in now at the line.
And George drops them both.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Mavericks trail by 7. Now Doncic. From 12 feet out. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Rebound by the Clippers. They've led by as many as 14 points. And George, here we go. And no good that time.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And so it's Dallas with it. Cauley Stein passes to Doncic. Dallas again missing.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Outside, George. To the paint. Zubac gets to Beverly. Outside, George. A three from Leonard. The Mavericks pull it in. Cauley-Stein's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
And maybe the natural-born leader that Josh Richardson is showing up in a big way.
Outside, George. Pass to Leonard. Jacks up a three. Los Angeles with another miss.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
It's good. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
Leonard attacking. Here's Zubac. Yes!
Now that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Doncic outside. The feed to Cauley-Stein. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
He's got great activity, does Willie Cauley-Stein, and that time the activity helped him to draw a foul.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for the Mavericks. Jalen Brunson comes in for Hardaway.
And that makes it a one-possession game, guys. Got to be the biggest free throws of the game thus far.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. George passes to Leonard. Over in the corner, Beverly. Morris looking over the floor. Here's Zubac. Off target at the rim.
Timeout.
Dallas calls timeout. They're down by 3. 3 seconds left in the 4th. What's your take, guys?
Let's face it, really difficult to find an open 3 in this situation. Look, there's no secret. It's the only shot that'll save him. So the D is all over the perimeter guarding that three-point line.
And now, let's present our New Balance player of the game, Paul George.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. That was a fun night of that. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. It's just about game time. The Blazers never looked more confident.
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. We've got Yusuf Nurkic, Giles is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the shooting guard position. And for Los Angeles, Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. Here's Simons. They get a hand on it. Shot clock at 5. Covington finds Lillard. Lets it go from deep. They get it again. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And it's the Clippers ball. Beverly with the ball. Outside Leonard. And Doris, tonight, 2 experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game. So let's see how this plays out.
Beverly against Lillard. About a minute played so far here in the first. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
Pass to Leonard. Right side George. The pass to Morris. Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Boy, what is more fear-invoking than Kawhi off the bounce near the cup? Look out.
And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Now here's Leonard. Back to George. Nurkic with the steal. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Covington with the bucket.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Beverly against Lillard. And that one's good. Beverly.
This guy is such an intelligent guard. Patrick Beverley finding a driving lane and finishing.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Nurkic has got his second basket of the game.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
And George, here we go. Can't hit from in close. Trailblazers leading by 4. Lillard scanning the floor. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
George, no good. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And no stopping Lillard. Excellent at staying in control no matter what the D throws at him.
So both teams making some changes here. .116 left to play in the first quarter. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
The drive by Rondo. Here's Mann. Rebound by Anthony.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Wasted no time on that one. Lillard's got 8.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And the shot goes in.
Yeah, how about the speed of Rondo there? Just terrific at getting in the lane and finishing at the rim.
Lillard, the pass to Kanter. Back to Lillard. .27 seconds left in the first quarter. Hits it from three-point range.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Lillard against Rondo. Pass to Kennard. Fires the three. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And now McCollum running the floor all by himself. Over Kennard. And that one comes up a bit short. And so it's Portland holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hasn't done anywhere near the kind of damage we expected. Back right after this. Damian Lillard told us before the game when asked how he's
Humble beginnings. You know, I'm from...
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a five-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And looking at what we've seen, Trailblazers pretty much in control here.
The offense firing on all cylinders. They dominated that first period.
That's exactly the start you want. You take complete command. Now you've got to maintain that focus.
Baca is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Luke Kennard. And there's Jackson, and it's man in at the small forward position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And it's Lillard missing.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
The shot's good from Kennard.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance. And what a unique career Serge Ibaka has had. Some incredible totals for him over the course of his career.
That's right, Greg. I mean, I think people would be shocked to know Serge Ibaka was the first player ever to make 500 threes and have 1,500 blocks. Hard to imagine nobody had ever accomplished that feat. Give credit to Ibaka. He changed his offense and added the three ball.
Kennard, the pass to Ibaka. Stolen by Collins. And here's Anthony from the arc. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Kennard finds Jackson. Cousins with it. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Trailblazers leading by 7. McCollum outside. Portland moving the ball around. In the corner, Powell with it. Three-pointer. C.J. McCollum, and that's good.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Outside Leonard, taken away by Anthony. Passes to McCollum. Anthony dishes to Jones for the three. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. McCollum against Beverly, just 5 to shoot. This one for 3. McCollum no good. Clippers trail by 10. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Oh, good luck stopping that. Kawhi Leonard, huge, strong hands, in total command of the basketball. Go ahead.
Now here's McCollum beyond the arc. Portland again missing.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Well, Kawhi Leonard's passing skills have developed over the years, and if you give him that much attention, he'll find his teammates.
McCollum against Beverly. 18 feet out. Pass to Kanter. It's Jones on the wing. To the inside. Second shot opportunity. And Cantor with the lay-in. Good. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
Well, the touch that Enes Kanter presents is really terrific. Unbelievable scoring inside.
Here's George. And it's Portland with the rebound. They've led by as many as 11 points. The three from McCollum. It's through for a second basket. He's now 2 for 6.
Well, a tough first quarter for this guy. You like to see the shot go in. Nicely done.
Here's George. And he drops in the layup off the glass. George has got his first points of the game.
Yeah, they've gotten into a nice flow this quarter.
They double team McCollum. Powell for 3. Doesn't go for him. So the Clippers will take it the other way. And Batum kicks to Beverly. The pass to Leonard. There's 38 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Excellent D from Cantor.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Powell, the pass to Jones. It's Jones on the wing. Cantor trying to free himself up. The wing jumper off target.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. George way outside. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He had 8 points, 2 assists. And that'll do.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for the Trailblazers, Giles is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Simons in at the 2. Here's Lillard. Following the basket by DeMarcus Cousins. Lillard outside. Shoots the 3. Connects from three-point range. Lillard's got 11 points. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say 6'1". I don't know. But he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great play. Now Cousins. After Robert Covington missed from long range. Off target with the jump hook. Pass to Simons. Lillard with it. Guarded by Jackson. From deep three-point range. And it's Lillard again missing.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
Now here is Ibaka. No points in the game yet for him. Kennard's shot is off. Outside Covington. Nurkic finds Covington. Portland moving the ball around. Lillard up top. Kennard covering. Lillard the pass to Giles. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
If the keys to your offense are in Lillard's hands, you're going to be in pretty good shape. Check out how well he runs the pick and roll there. That's just a perfect way to play.
Now here's Jackson. Now Kennard from deep. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Kennard. And Los Angeles with some changes. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Cousins. Marcus Morris comes in for Serge Ibaka. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Zach Collins checked in for Portland. Collin comes in for Damian Lillard. Simons surveying the D. Got it. Good job in the low post. Simons has got the lead up to 14 now for the Trailblazers.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Now, here's Kennard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Anthony's checked in.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
You know this. It's not easy building a lead on the road, but this team has been lights out throughout the game.
Zubac finds Kennard. Leonard attacking. Shoots over Covington, and again it's the Clippers missing. And here's Collins. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. Takes the three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Kennard for 3. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Makes it off the glass. Leonard's got 6.
Well, Marcus Morris has tremendous size, and he is willing to find his teammates when they're open. That's nicely done.
Here's Simons, defended by Beverly, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Fires top of the key. That one off the back iron and out.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
And here's Covington from the arc. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers finding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. All around, it's hard to point to any. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And here's McCollum for 3. It's rebounded by Leonard.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game.
Trailblazers leading by 15. Kicks it out to McCollum. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. His three-pointers off the mark.
He needs to look to try to drive inside and get going. That outside shot is simply not there.
Outside Leonard. From deep three-point range. Lillard with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
From deep. Rebound by the Clippers.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
For Portland, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Out to the right wing. Fires for 3. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That is his first foul of the game. So, for the Clippers, Mann's checked in. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Portland. And Fernie Simons comes in for C.J. McCollum. George passes to Zubac. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
That is Paul George, the incredible vertical and the unbelievable creativity.
And he commits the intentional foul. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in the team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right.
I love scorers who want to seek contact. Kawhi Leonard consistently in the top 20 in free throw attempts.
Leonard hits them both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player, excellent at the free throw line.
Beverly against Lillard from deep three-point range. And it's Lillard again missing.
After the strong first half, this guy has not been the same, and largely a no-show right here.
It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Leonard.
Yeah, Patrick Beverly making it easy for his teammate to score.
Lillard outside. Passes it to Simons. Got a piece of it. 6 on the shot clock. Lillard attacking. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And when Lillard sees an opening, he takes full advantage. Skilled at drawing contact.
And both free throws good for Damian Lillard. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter. And here's Beverly. Zubac finds George. Launches a 3. He's off on that one. Now Portland takes it the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Portland.
Fewer miscues made the difference.
Yeah, I mean, a great all-around effort. Not only did they minimize their turnovers, but kept the pressure up on D, forcing the other team to commit turnovers.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Lillard.
Just an outpouring of...
And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
From deep, off the mark. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA. Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. They've got Porter, always out there with Jokic. Then it's Will Barton, and it's Murray in at the point. And for the Clippers, Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Zubac in at the 5. Home in the paint. Now here's George. He kicks it to Beverley. 5 to shoot. George against Murray. Here's the Nuggets with the ball. Here's Barton, and Barton throws it down.
Oh, you got to feel for a guy getting dunked on like that. I mean, he's got no shot to stop that unless maybe he can pick up another foot somewhere.
Now, here is George. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
He hits both from the stripe.
Yeah, and of course, Marcus with a twin brother, Markieff, went to college together, played in the pros together. You'll have a hard time finding a closer pair of siblings.
Here's Murray. Excellent D there from George.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
Jokic passes to Murray. And it's Murray with the jam.
And love seeing Murray take it strong to the rack. A phenomenal finisher inside.
Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big man. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all. And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
Now, here's Beverly. Here's George, and it's sent back by Jokic.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the timing. The offensive player better think twice next time.
Good on the shot.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Leonard on the wing. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played. Zubac finds Leonard. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And George, here we go. Leonard with no one around. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
And the shot goes in. Barton's got his second bucket.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
George. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one is on Bull.
Power move from PG-13. He's added a lot of muscle to his frame over the years, putting it to good use right there.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
Here's Morris. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's George. And it's JaVale McGee with the rebound.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. Yeah, these defenders just looked a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Here's George after Austin Rivers scored. And George, here we go.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
When it comes to drawing fouls, Millsap's one of the best in the league.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And so Paul Millsap nails both of them. 58 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's George. Cousins, the pass to George. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You see the feel from DeMarcus Cousins, tracking down the miss, then making good on the second chance opportunity.
Now, here is Morris. Millsap dishes to Morris. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Clippers trail by 10. Here's George. There's 18 seconds left to play here in the first. Excellent D that time there from McGee.
Hard to catch up when you can't hit shots. This is a quarter he liked to forget.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
Got it up. That shot missing. And so it's Denver enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. We'll take it.
This game, it's...
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And for the Nuggets, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Well, you have to love what they've done offensively after that first period.
Crushing it, absolutely crushing it. Shooting lights out, building a big lead here early on.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Kennard is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Batum. And it's man in at the small forward.
Exploding to the rim, Luke Kennard slams it in. His offensive energy is a difference maker.
Pass to Rivers. Outside Millsap. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Beverly with the ball. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And there's the pass to Kennard. Now here's Beverly. Defense right on him. And that one drops.
I like seeing Patrick Beverly attack the interior. Sometimes he becomes too perimeter oriented.
Here's Morris. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2. And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. A 12-point game. Right wing. And Batum kicks to Beverly. And it's sent back by Millsap.
And Millsap, for his size, a pretty good rim protector.
Tips it. It's good on the putback. Rivers has got 6.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Morris against Kennard. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
From deep, George. That one misses. And the Nuggets going the other way.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead. It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
Especially considering it's on the road in front of a tough crowd. They've been able to block out the distractions.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And 88 from the line a season ago. He was one of the best shooters in the league.
The all-around game Paul George possesses is so special. His versatility is what makes him so valuable.
Denver leading by 16. Murray surveying the D. Pass to Porter. Back to Murray. Off target with his three. LA's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Morris passes to George. Back to Morris. There's a minute left to play here in the second quarter. Leonard against Murray. And stolen by Bull. And here is Murray. 8 points for him. Pass to Bull. Outside Porter. Pass to Jokic. Shot clock at 6. That's good from Porter on the assist by Jokic. Jokic has got 3 assists in the game. George against Murray. From 12 feet out. And the shot is long.
This is how it's been so far. He's missed every shot he's taken, and the team is suffering the consequences.
He dishes it to Barton. That will count. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. Beautiful. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you. After 2 quarters, it's Denver out in front. They are in control of this game, up by. And that...
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Without question, Jamal Murray displaying his skills today.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. Jokic is out there with Bull. Then there's Jamal Murray. Then it's Porter. And it's Barton in its shooting guard. Leonard, a good look. Here's Zubac, and he uses the glass on the layup. Zubac has got the first basket of the second half here for the Clippers.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Barton finds Porter. Off target from three-point range. Clippers trail by 16. Here's Beverly. An easy 2 points on the layup.
I mean, a great look by Kawhi, aware of what the defense is trying to do, understands the spacing.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. There's the three. The Nuggets with another miss.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. The pass to Jokic. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Barton passes to Jokic. The kick out to Porter. Wide open look here for Murray. Sinks the three-pointer. Murray's got 11 points.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Beverly looking around. Back to Morris. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Beverly, the pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
We know Beverly's ability as a defender, but don't underestimate his ability as a distributor. He has good vision.
Murray finds Jokic. On the wing, Porter. The tray. Another miss by Jokic.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Morris passes to Zubac. And Leonard has it in the corner. Feeds it to Beverly. Pass to Zubac.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
The shot's good.
And the confidence from Murray, just so efficient from the interior.
Outside, George from deep three-point range. Offensive rebound. Morris kicks to Beverly. George against Murray. In the corner, it's Morris. Now, Jokic. And pushing it up. Here's Denver ahead. And that one's good by Porter.
And at 7-2, Bol has incredible vision, including noticing when his teammates are open.
It's George on the wing. He's covered by Murray. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Zubac trying to break loose. The shot by George, no good. One-on-one fast break. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
And wasting no time in transition, really pushing the pace.
Big group substitution here for Denver. JaVale McGee's checked in for Jokic. Aaron Gordon comes in for Porter. Rivers, he's checked in for Will Barton. And Morris subbed in for Murray.
And like his father, Manute, Bol's combination of size and scoring is very unique. The key for him is just staying healthy.
And George, here we go. Count that bucket.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
A three from Morris. Kicks it to Rivers. Takes a three. Here's Bol. Passes to Rivers. There's the triple. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. There's 25 seconds left in the third. Now, here's Kennard. Rebound by the Nuggets. McGee's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Rivers. And foul on. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so it's Denver out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. Their transition game has been in full effect. We'll return shortly. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. They've got Ivica Zubac. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Jackson, and it's Beverly in at the 2-guard spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Zubac
doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
You know, this is one of his specialties, keeping plays alive, creating second chance opportunities.
Back to Green. It's stolen by Ibaka. Here's Leonard, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Comfortable inside, plus the 7'3" wingspan. Hard to stop Kawhi without fouling.
Both shots good from the stripe. The Nuggets leading by 13. Morris looking over the floor. Outside for Millsap. Morris passes to Millsap. Green breaking loose. Chalk up 2 there. And it's 6 points for Paul Millsap.
Smart play call. Paul Millsap deadly once he gets the ball inside.
Porter against Leonard. They get the rebound.
Challenging the defense at the rim, something he does very well. Excellent tip in.
And for the Nuggets, they're shooting an efficient 53% from the field. Pass to Millsap. The kick out to Porter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And here's Morris for 3. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Clippers trail by 13. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
The burst of Jackson makes him a hard guy to stick with and difficult not to foul him.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Morris is checked in. Jokic, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Barton comes in for Morris. Now the dish to Barton. Here's Jokic. 9 feet out, and it's Denver scoring again.
Plays a rugged game down low. Jokic's toughness adds character to the identity of this team.
It's Jackson with the drive. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Jackson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Resourceful move there. That was not an easy one to convert.
Especially given the height disadvantage. I love the way he created space for his shot.
And it's Jokic missing.
Trying to finish out the game strong, you have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
Morris into the lane. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
You know what it is, a lack of concentration. That's a momentum killer.
And the Clippers making a change here. George is checked in. How about that mobile 1 block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
They've shown a lot of heart, a lot of fight, and they're close to taking the lead.
Here's Jokic, and he finishes nicely on the layup. And the Nuggets lead by 11.
Sometimes he seems to be indestructible with the finishes he can make. Jokic is a force down low.
George looking around. Launches it. Barton with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Offensive rebound. Bull the pass to Jokic. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
A uncontested shot at the rim. You have to compete at all times.
And that one's good. Leonard's got 9 points now in just the second half.
This is what you want to do on the offensive end. Get Kawhi looks in the paint. Rely on him to make a play.
Another miss by Jokic.
And maybe, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
A 3 from Leonard. Barton with the rebound. Here's Jokic. Another miss by Jokic. Shoots it. Again, Leonard missing. And Murray's got the ball here for Denver. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead.
Just too big a deficit to come back from at this point.
And disappointment starts to set in a little bit. You fought all night, just wasn't meant to be.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. "12 seconds left in the game. Rivers with it. And the pass to Porter. So we see Denver get the win here. They came in here and took care. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Zubats in at the 5 spot. And for Dallas, they've got Porzingis. Hardaway is out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3.
Now you can see the defense is so shifted over to where Kristaps Porzingis is that they lose track of the situation, and he burns them with the pass.
Now coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Now, here's Doncic over Beverly, and Doncic gets it to go.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
Outside, George. And then George with the jam.
Paul George dunk contest? He's maybe a little older, but I love to see him get up.
Doncic looking it over. Ball's knocked loose. Out of bounds. The Clippers take possession. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Pass to Leonard. Poke loose. 6 to shoot. Tries from 16. They get it back. Porzingis with the block.
You can see Porzingis taking some pride right now on the defensive end of the floor, taking care of the shooter with his long wingspan that time.
And Beverly kicks to Leonard. That shot no good. Nice D from Porzingis. Here's Doncic. Here's Marjanovic. Doncic outside. Over Beverly. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
And love how much Doncic believes in himself. It shows when he shoots off the pass like that.
Here's George. The rebound by Marjanovic. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's Doncic. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor. Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Porzingis kicks to Hardaway. The pass to Doncic.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But two other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. You know, two guys, when you look at those two, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become, and it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
Taking contact on the way up. Cauley Stein going through it that time.
And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Trailing by 4. Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball. The Clippers getting the bucket. Richardson dishes to Cauley Stein. Powell, the pass to Brunson. Powell against Jackson. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. There's 39 seconds left to play in the first. No good. That would have tied it.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Kennard against Powell. And that one drops for him.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Man passes to Cousins. Here's Jackson. 1 second left. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And we reach the end of the first quarter. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take on the Mavericks so far?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
Defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. We've got Luke Kennard. Batuma's out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Paul George, and it's Man in its small forward. Shot clock at 3. Doncic passes to Marjanovic. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Clippers trail by 4. And here's George. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Well, just 1 year in college for Paul George, and then made the transition to the NBA, and all the talk was about what it is we're seeing now. A very capable two-way player and all-star caliber talent.
Morris is checked in for DeMarcus Cousins.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Doncic with it. Guarded now by Morris. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. Los Angeles making a switch here. Zubac is checked in. Marjanovic passes to Hardaway. Doncic outside. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. The Clippers trail. Morris inside. Guarded by Doncic. George with the ball. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Now, here's Doncic. Over Beverly. And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got the lead up to 4 now for the Mavs.
And with good length and athleticism, Doncic not only gets to the rim, but boy, can he finish.
George looking over the floor. And the layup's good off the glass. George has got 6 points.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Here's Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
Left side, George. Down low. And Morris throws it down.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Here's Hardaway. After the basket by Los Angeles. Doncic against Beverly. And good that time.
Yeah, that first quarter was a bit shaky. Good to see a player who doesn't let a slow start get to him.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. Beverly, Zubac trying to break loose. And it's Beverly missing.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
From 13. Kennard against Richardson. Pass to Melly. Now here's Brunson. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Ring shot on the way. The shot by Powell, no good. Clippers trail by 4. And the wide open shot from Morris. He trains the quick shot. Morris has got 4 points this quarter.
And you see Morris aware of his surroundings, getting a good jump down court.
Back to Brunson. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Beverly against Richardson. And Beverly kicks to Leonard. And stolen by Cauley Stein. And here we go. Here's Richardson. Here's Powell. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. The Mavericks shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. And the first one at the line is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Clippers trail by 6. Kennard on the wing. And the 3 off target.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Brunson scanning the floor. Richardson finds Brunson. Back to Richardson. From downtown. Here's Powell. Passes it to Cauley Stein.
You can't be too physical with Cauley Stein. He never backs down from the contact.
It's his first trip to the line.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
Doncic is checked in for Powell. Now here's Beverly. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
I feel like Beverly plays sort of this out-of-control chaos game, and it gets the defense to get sloppy. They did so there.
Both free throws good from Beverly. Now Doncic. He's got 10. Lets the 3 fly. And so it's Dallas with their lead. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. And the Mavericks over the past couple of years, Shaq, making some great personnel.
Great trade.
And that should...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the Mavericks. Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Luka Doncic. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 slot.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
On the wing, George. He has 6. Beverly finds Zubac. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 9-point game. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. A new 14 for the Mavericks to the left wing. Here's Finney Smith, covered by Morris. Out to Doncic. Shot clock at 2. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And now another look at that mobile 1-block defensive performance.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
Now here is George. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, it was weird because it looked like the defense was ready for the move, but Paul George had a little something extra for him.
Here's Doncic. 10 points for him. Hardaway for three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got 4 rebounds in this game. And that's an intentional foul. And the Clippers making a change here. And George, here we go. Outside for Batum. Man passes to George. The shot, no good. And it's Dallas the other way. Pass to Richardson. Dallas moving the ball around. Brunson finds Richardson. Over George. Here's Cauley Stein. Second chance shot. The pass to Richardson. 5 on the clock. Pass to Brunson. Fires from deep. Bangs home the trifecta. Brunson's got the lead up to 10 now for the Mavs.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
And Batum kicks to Leonard. Passes it to George. And George with the stuff.
You know, the early years when Paul George came into the league with the Pacers, you wondered how his frame would fill out. It's filled out nicely.
For the Clippers, DeMarcus Cousins. He's checked in for Morris. And it's Luke Kennard in for Leonard. Now here's Brunson. He has 5. 1:37 left in the third quarter. Here's Melly. Back to Richardson. From past the arc. Paul George grabs the miss. And here's Kennard. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Man passes to Batum. Inside. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. On the Mavericks with some changes. Marjanovic checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Porzingis is coming in for Dwight Powell. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Nicolo Melli. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Nicholas Batum. 1:04 left here in the third quarter. Brunson the pass to Richardson. He kicks it to Powell. Cauley-Stein with it. Brunson with a clean look. Dallas no good that time either. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. And it's good for 2.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Now here's Richardson. Kicks it to Powell. Pass to Brunson. Cousins pulls it in. Clippers trail by 5. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
To the middle, Powell with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. Richardson left side. For 3. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. It's Dallas. They're up by 5. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. So for the Clippers right now, Morris is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Man in at the 3 spot. Now the pass to Richardson. The feed now to Hardaway. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Dwight Powell's checked in for Dallas. Luka Doncic comes in for Jalen Brunson. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Leonard's checked in. Doncic passes to Pop. Up top, Porzingis. He's covered by Leonard. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That'll be his second foul of the game. Now, here's Doncic. The 10-footer finds the target.
And guys, the intelligence is evident. When the pick comes, Doncic often makes the right read.
Beverley deciding where to go with it. Down low, Zubats. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Doncic dishes to Hardaway. Outside, Porzingis. No good with the triple. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. And Doncic with a clear path to the hoop. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And the Mavericks lead by 3.
And you can tell that Doncic loves leaking out. They're able to get to the right spot there in transition.
George passes to Zubats, and the basket is good.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Doncic, bounce pass. Outside, Porzingis. Back to Doncic. Clock at 6. The 9-foot shot. And the shot falls short this time. The Clippers have gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. And so they choose to intentionally foul. And the Mavericks with some changes. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Nicolo Melli comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Hardaway. And it's Leonard missing. The Mavericks leading. Melli passes to Porzingis. Dallas moving it around. Beverley against Doncic. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Yep, it counts.
Porzingis making it count, wants to come through big time and does here.
Clippers trail by 3. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Beverley finds Zubats. Outside, George. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Dallas. And Doncic gets it to go.
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
Here's George, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Nelly is checked in for Dallas. And both free throws good for Paul George.
Nice work there. This is a point in the game where if you get a chance to close the gap, you've got to make the most of it.
Doncic outside. Pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
That's a huge confidence boost right there for Kristaps Porzingis. He's proving he's got what it takes in those moments.
Here's Leonard. Outside, George. Passes it to Beverly. And stolen by Reddick. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Now Richardson. Shot clock at 5. From deep. No good.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Rip City. Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Beverly in at the 2-guard position. And for Portland, we've got Yusuf Nurkic. Giles is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the 2. Now, here's George, and stolen by Lillard. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
And uses balance along with fluidity to finish at the rim. Nurkic is a unique big.
Here's Beverly. Pass to Leonard. Zubac's in the post. He's guarded by Nurkic.
I'm not sure what happened on that play. May have relaxed a little bit once he got to the rim.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo-wee.
Now, Nurkic. Paul George missing from long range. Passes it to Simons. Lillard scanning the floor. Giles kicks to Lillard. Just 5 on the clock. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
Outside, George. Two points. That one goes.
At 6'8", Paul George is a threat inside, looking very comfortable from in there.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Pass to Simons. Here's Giles. There's the pass to Simons. Shoots over Leonard. Trailblazers keep it alive. Here's Giles. And the layup falls.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Outside, George. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first.
So smart with the ball in his hands. George reads the floor well and takes advantage of what's there.
Pass to Simons. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are two guys that still are very reliable.
And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers. Good on the triple. Lillard's got 5.
Yeah, and the defense has been on their back heels with the way they've been running the ball up the floor.
Here's George. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A different look now for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Giles. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Anthony Simons. And it's Lillard missing. Clippers trail by 9. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
To the paint. It's Ibaka. That time on the assist by Jackson.
I like when Reggie Jackson is seeking out his teammates. He could have took that shot, but his teammate, he was wide open.
And Lillard kicks to Covington. Fires the 3, and he's good on the 3 ball.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Clippers have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Jackson from long range, and Kanter pulls it down. Lillard against Kennard. Lillard with it. Can't hit from the elbow.
Easy chance from mid-range. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run that play again.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers going into the break. Well, earlier, Damian Lillard spoke to us about how he...
I look to the times where things...
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
They've got Derek Jones. Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Simons in at the point. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. No good from Cousins.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Simons surveying the D. Anthony kicks to Hollis-Jefferson. Here's Simons. The Trailblazers with a new shot clock. Here's Kanter. Pass to Simons. Jones for three. The shot misses. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Kennard up top. He's still scoreless so far in this one. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Can't let Kennard get this close. Once you do, he's going up with it.
Here's Simons. He has 6. Pass to Anthony. From 18 feet away, it's hauled in by Los Angeles. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. And here's Kennard. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
The pump fake from Kennard is smartly done. Can't get a clean look, but gets a foul.
For the Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Kanter. Zach Collins comes in for Jones. And McCollum subbed in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Reggie Jackson comes in for Patrick Beverley. It's Reggie Jackson with the rebound. Clippers trail by 8. Kennard on the wing. The 3. Collins grabs the miss.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Simons, deep 2 from Anthony. And he overshot that one, missing for Los Angeles. They've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. So for the Trailblazers, Harry Giles is checked in for Zach Collins. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Now here's Lillard. He has 5. Banked in off the glass. Lillard's got 7 points.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
Whoops, they pick off the pass. Here's Jackson. Lays it up and banks it in.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 7. Here's the 3. And with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, defensively, your mantra at this point has to be no easy buckets.
Yeah, quick thinking, wins Dame assist. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Marcus Morris comes in for Serge Ibaka. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Luke Kennard. And Georgia subbed in for Reggie Jackson.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And there's the pass to McCollum. Here's Giles, a second chance effort. He lays it in. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Zubac finds Morris. Lillard against George. Over Lillard. And it's George missing. Portland leading by 8. Pass to Nurkic. Dishes it to Lillard. Shot from the wing. And he gets the jumper to drop. Lillard's got 9.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead. Calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they stayed aggressive.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after half.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the Portland did not hesitate to set the pace. Tenacious on both ends of the floor. And that.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in a 2-guard. 4 on the clock. Cantor, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Now, here is Morris. No points in the game yet for him. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And Leonard has it in the corner. Here's George. Back to Zubac. And the shot goes in. Zubac has got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Clippers. Here's Simons. 6 points for him. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Clippers trail by 8. Now George. Passes to Beverly. Leonard on the wing. Pass to Morris. That one, no good. Excellent D there from Anthony.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game. And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Leonard with no one around. Off target from outside. And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. Stolen by George. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Beverly with the ball. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
Here's Simons, defended by George. And Cantor throws it down.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Collins checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Derek Jones. Powell, he's checked in for Rondé Hollis Jefferson. And McCollum subbed in for Anthony Simons. Leonard attacking. Can't connect from short range. Trailblazers leading by 10.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be. I think the body control is the most impressive element about DeMarcus Cousins. He's a well-coordinated athlete.
The Clippers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. Cullen passes to Powell. Now here's Covington. Powell dishes to McCollum. Ibaka with the ball. Now the pass to Jackson. Inside. Cousins inside, working on Collins. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from DeMarcus Cousins. McCollum against Jackson. McCollum kicks to Covington. One-on-one here. Here's Kennard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Trying to defend Kennard, you know he can hit shots with limited space. That helps him get you off balance.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Portland leading by 3. Powell, the pass to McCollum. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Pass to Cousins. Deflects the pass. Back to Jackson. 40 seconds left to play in the third. Kicks to Ibaka. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Trailblazers have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Covington, and the dunk by Covington.
For a player who plays with emotion like Covington, those kind of plays can really get your motor running.
Outside Jackson. From deep three-point range. The offensive rebound, and Ibaka is right there.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. McCollum feeling it out a bit. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Trailblazers out in front. They're up by 5. We're going to step aside for just a second. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Clippers trail by 5. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Giles, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot, manning the middle. And the shot is good.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
And here's McCollum. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. And he banks in the layup. McCollum's got his first bucket in this one.
Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
George dishes to Morris. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Here's Leonard. Passes it to Zubac. Over in the corner, Beverly. Just 3 to shoot. Leonard fires away from outside. Here's Zubac. Nice work on the boards. Paying off with the basket.
Huge play on the offensive glass there to get more second chance points. He's only getting more physical as this game wears on.
You know what? That was perfect timing on that possession. Huge play in the game. They needed those points right now.
Here's Lillard, and Lillard throws it down.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Now, here's George. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
McCollum finds Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
And I would not.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
A different look now for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Giles, and McCollum subbed in for Anthony Simons. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. His key message was, don't get comfortable. Those guys are going to come at us with everything they've got. Let's bring the intensity and stay focused on every possession. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. The three from McCollum. To the inside. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And there's Cantor on the assist by Nurkic. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
George passes to Leonard. And he uses the glass on the layup. Leonard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Crucial points. Kawhi stepping up to the plate when his team needs him the most.
And an intentional foul right there. And the Clippers making a switch here. Cousins is checked in. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Pass to Zubac. Nurkic with the steal. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. Portland no good that time either. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers, trailing by 4. Inside, here's Zubac, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
A different look now for Portland. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony, and it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum.
He gets them to within one possession, but that miss puts a lot of pressure on their defense. Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
And here's George for 3. Portland grabs the miss. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Here's Simons. Kicks it out to Lillard. 5 on the clock. From deep. No good on that one. And the Clippers will go the other way with it.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
They have very little time to run a play, and then, of course, they also need to foul.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
Nice job extending the lead and making this a 2-possession game now.
The pass to Zubac, and here's Beverly. He kicks to George. Puts up a 3, and Cantor pulls it down. Here's Nurkic, and so it's Portland winning this one. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it. And just about to get underway as the starting fives. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA. DA.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Sure is. Thanks, DA. Here are the five for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the two-guard spot. And for Denver, they've got Michael Porter. Jamal Murray is out there with Will Barton. Then there's Bull. And it's Jokic in at the center filling out the middle. Now, here's Bull. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. And here they go. Here's Patterson. And it's Zubac atop the key. Kicks it to Jackson. Back to Zubac. Just 5 to shoot. And it's in there. And Brent, these teams boasting great depth. Many feel that's a hallmark of a great front office.
If you go back and you look, Kevin, at some of the teams that have made deep playoff runs or eventually won the championships, you know, that tinkering about bringing in a veteran or just one piece to make that next step for that one matchup or that one series, finding contributions like that up and down the roster, absolutely, that can make a difference.
Now here's Porter. Murray for 3. And again, Denver no good. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Here's Leonard. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Murray finds Porter. Barton outside. Now here's Jokic. Good on the 13-footer.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit more on their radar after knocking down something like that.
Now here's George. Dishes it to Jackson. Shoots over Barton. That one a little long. The Nuggets have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Here's Porter. No good. So the Clippers will take it the other way.
And so far, the team just 1 of 5, and that rim shrinking.
Leonard attacking. Porter pulls it in. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Trailing by 2. And yes, it's good.
Yeah, inside, Bull does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
Now here is George. Lays it up and banks it in.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Zubac against Jokic. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in.
And with what we saw in the bubble, Murray has clearly elevated his game. Showed that he could be a #1 option on offense. I mean, his output was an incredible part of that run for the Nuggets.
That one good for 2.
Just tough shots just don't bother Paul George. So smooth with it when he gets into his motion.
George against Murray. You know, Greg, the further we went into the playoffs, the more Jamal Murray looked like a star.
I mean, Kevin, big shots in clutch situations, logged heavy minutes, but, you know, never wavered. A truly heroic performance from Murray all postseason.
Now here's Jackson following the miss by Jamal Murray. It's good.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes, can find the creases with that handle.
Now here's Murray. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And so here are the Clippers. Clippers leading by 6. Outside Jackson. Outside Leonard. Down low, Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Well, you see the improvement in terms of high-level playmaking, a great understanding of all the offensive scheme that Kawhi Leonard possesses.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
To stop the drought and finished off by Rivers.
Well, the problem defensively after Rivers gets a step There's nobody sliding over in time to slow him down.
Everly with the ball. From deep. That one, no good. And so it's Los Angeles in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we'll be right back after this. And we caught up before the game with Nikola Jokic.
Southwest, I mean, you need to kill.
Greg, there are areas of Jokic's game where he probably is the best in the world.
I can't think of a center with better floor vision or better passing ability. His positioning, his angles, his ability to use his size to maximize effectiveness, all at an elite level.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys. Hey. And here we go, Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Campazzo, defended by Beverly. It's Rivers on the wing. Pass to Green, the baseline J. Campazzo, and the rejection by Ibaka.
Just insane length and leaping ability. Ibaka can reject shots from anywhere on the floor.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. I'm glad we got to see the mobile one block once more. What a play.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
Now that's two teammates who need to reintroduce themselves to one another, not on the same page.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Out to the wing, to the paint. It's tipped. Porter with the steal. Here's Murray, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
That's not a bad heads-up play there for Murray, easily going into the contact and earning the whistle.
And if you're drawing up your starting five for team irrational confidence, Jamal Murray makes a strong case. This guy is fearless.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by, and that one is good from Zubac.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And Murray, we know, can be streaky, Greg. Still mid-30% for his career from three-point range.
Of course, the degree of difficulty pretty high on a lot of his shots. Off the bounce with a hand in his face. And he's more than a shooter, a versatile scorer who can get it done in a variety of ways.
George against Murray. And Patterson kicks to George. To the middle. Here's Zubac. And no good. But close in that one, so he'll shoot 2. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think's going to lead the pack there, Greg?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. The Nuggets trail by 10. Here's Jokic. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on George.
Jokic doing a better job there of using his body inside and getting the angle, then finds his way to the line.
And the playmaking of Jokic, so incredible. Creating this inverted offense. Bones, for your money, does it matter what position your best playmaker occupies?
I don't think so. And Jokic might be the secret sauce to that, and proving that from the center position, much like Arvydas Sabonis and Vlade Divac before him, can impact and also frustrate opposing defenses because you can't stop the center from making these kind of plays.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Mann's checked in, and it's Kennard in for Reggie Jackson. Outside Rondo. Pass to Zubac. They double him with Rivers. Rondo wide open, and again it's the Clippers missing. The Nuggets trail by 6. Morris passes to Jokic. Kennard with the rebound.
I'm not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. Here's Kennard. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And the Clippers lead by 9.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
The shot's good from McGee. McGee's got his first basket.
I like that. Staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
29 seconds left in the first half. Passes it to Mann. And here's Kennard. 6 to shoot. The pass to Zubac. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Pass to McGee. Here's Jokic. And it's blocked.
You need more of this from Patterson. Such a big frame inside. I like to see it when he's swatting it away.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny. And for the Clippers, the wing tandem of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George inviting historic comparisons. Shaq, for your money, are they as good as any? And that should...
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You've got to like what Ivica Zubac has done in this game.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Patrick Patterson. Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3. Here's George. Pass to Zubac. The shot's good on the assist by George. Zubac has got 14 points for the game.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
The 8-footer. Here's Bol. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Nuggets have been excellent at the free throw line here today. A flawless 6 for 6.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
And George, here we go. And the dunk by Zubac.
George out there moving the rock and figuring out where his teammates were to have success on that possession.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Zubac has got his 5th rebound in this one.
You dig down deep at some of the numbers. Jokic is a much better defender than what he gets credit for. I think we always think about athleticism around rim protection, but sometimes it's just about size and smarts, and he has that.
Count that one.
Surprising quickness. Murray bearing his head down and just sprinting to the rack.
Clippers leading by 7. George looking around. And Leonard has it in the corner. Porter with the steal. Barton drives in. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Patrick Patterson.
Oh, and there goes Barton. Kicks it into another gear.
This is his first free throw of the game. And Jokic likes physical play. Brent, he embraces the contact.
Well, you look at his physique, and I think he can absorb a lot of what it is that comes his way. But he's comfortable wrestling. He's got brothers. He knows what that's like. And he also loves to mess around with those press conference microphones, as we see. Yeah, just the first miss of the half there. They have to be happy. 3 of 4 to start it off.
Now, here's Porter. He's guarded closely. Shot clock at 6. From 12 feet out. The Clippers grab the miss. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. And the Clippers lead by 7.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Campazzo got a piece of it. And George, here we go. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Mann passes to George. There's the feed to Batum. It's good.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Now Bart. They kick it out to Green from outside the arc. And with the rebound. Los Angeles leading by 9. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Just a lightning bolt there in transition. No one can match up with Kawhi, especially at his position. That time they paid a price.
Barton drives in, and the layup's good off the glass. Barton's got 4 points now in the quarter. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. He kicks to Jackson. 1:04 left in the third quarter. Here's Leonard. Good on the shot. Leonard's got the lead up to 11 now for Los Angeles.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
The drive by Green. The kick out to Barton. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. George has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Porter. Millsap trying to get open. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Now here's Jackson. Outside Leonard. It's rebounded by Paul Millsap. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And so it's Los Angeles. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at... And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office. Rivers out there with Bol. Then there's Murray. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's Jokic in at the 5 down low. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Here's Morris. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Murray against Kennard. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. The Nuggets trail by 11. Morris outside. And that one is good. Morris has got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Nuggets. We've played just over 1 minute here in the 4th quarter. Outside Jackson. Leonard kicks to Jackson. To the paint, Zubac. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists in the game. Morris passes to Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
Jokic, is he? I think he's showing some emotion, Kevin.
Los Angeles leading by 9. Outside, George. Passes it to Zubac. Back to George. Makes it off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 11.
Think back to when Paul George entered the league in the 2010-11 season for the Indiana Pacers. A skinny kid. Not so much anymore.
Back to Morris. Drops in the layup for 2.
Now, those interior passes can be dangerous sometimes, but if the timing is good and you execute it there, you can get easy hoops.
Outside, George. To the inside. Zubac, that's good. Zubac has got 20.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Morris right side. Stolen by Zubac. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. Here's Patterson. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And really the story of this second half. One team getting the shots they want. The other, not so much.
This team did something in halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. JaVale McGee's checked in for Bol. Porter comes in for Rivers. And it's Will Barton in for Morris. And Jokic slams it in.
Now, sometimes there's passes and then there's precision passes. Murray with one of those there.
Jackson kicks to George. Back to Jackson. A 3-ball. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
Denver calls timeout. They're trailing by 12. 1:51 left in the 4th quarter. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Ivica Zubac.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
Teams need contributions from everybody to win on the road, not just the stars. And he's done more than his share tonight. An outstanding performance.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
Leonard with the steal. Outside Jackson. 1:30 left to play in the final quarter. The three. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here. And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance.
And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Murray kicks to McGee. Barton against Jackson. Barton passes to Jokic. No good with the elbow jumper.
The D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Here's George. And the pass to Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. Drops in the tray. And the Clippers lead by 18.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
You love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Jackson looking it over. Pass to George. High post, Zubats. So the Clippers winning this one easily. A resounding victory for them. And